body which is temporary, which is going to get diseased, which is going to get break down one day. But the nature of the spirit soul is eternal, sanatana. Sanatana means doesn't have beginning, doesn't have an end. The Atma is Sanatana. The duty of the role, activities of soul is known as Sanatana Dharma. The natural position of soul is to be in the Sanatana Dharma. Soul is Sanatana, which means eternal. Religion, eternal religion. Religion means rituals, some activities. The eternal religion, the Sanatana Dharma of the soul is to serve and love Krishna. So today we are seeing the nature of the spirit soul. Krishna explains to Arjuna, because Arjuna on daily basis he uses many weapons. Many weapons. That's why Krishna is giving a explanation of the nature of the soul in concern to the weapons. Nainam chindanti shasrani. Hey Arjun, you cannot cut into pieces. This soul you cannot cut into pieces with your shastra. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Nainam dahati pavakaha. You cannot burn this soul by fire. You cannot burn this soul. Na chainam klediyantapo. Apo means water. You cannot make wet with the water. Nasho shayati ma rutaha. Neither you can make dry by the air. So try to understand. When somebody cuts our throat, when somebody cuts our body is going to get cut, but Atma is not going to get cut. Nainam chindanti shastrani. People, there are Hollywood movies, there are some monster movies, Hollywood movies. They have a cutting with a knife, cut. Even in South Indian movies also, they cut the bodies, cut. But actually Atma is not going to get cut. Nainam chindanti shastrani. So body is going to die when we cut the body, but the Atma is not going to get cut. When the doctor they do operation, they can do only operation by cutting only through to body, not to the soul. Nainam chindanti shastrani. Nainam dahati pavakaha. So when we get fire accidents, the body is going to get burnt. Atma, the soul is not going to get burnt. Na chainam klediyantapo. The water cannot make the Atma wet. Similarly, the air cannot make Atma dry. All these are Panchabhutas. See, Shastra, any metal, any weapon is made up of generally by the earth. Water, fire, air, ether, all these cannot touch the soul. Our body is made up of these Panchabhutas. The body can be cut by the earth. When the stone, we had experience, like when we walk, suddenly, all of a sudden we got stuck up with some stone. It gets pierced into the body. The wound forms. It blood, it oozes. It's painful, right? Body gets wounded, but soul doesn't get wounded. Similarly, our body becomes wet. It becomes wet in the rainy season with too much water. Similarly, our body gets dried up, especially in the winter season. Our body gets dried up. Our skin gets dried up. People use Vaseline. Even summer, this with the fire, fire burns our body. We feel burning sensation. But Atma is not going to get affected by all these Panchabhutas, because Atma is beyond the Panchabhutas. Atma is beyond all this earth, water, fire, air, ether. Krishna says himself in the Bhagavad Gita, right? Bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhirevachaha ahankaramiti yamme binna prakritirashtadaha. All this prakriti is my energy. Then he says, apareyam itastanyam prakritim vidhi me param. But Jiva is behind all this prakriti. This is also my energy only, but that is behind my energy. That's why Krishna goes on, says in the next shloka, immediately next shloka, he says in the 24th shloka, Achedyoyam. Achedyoyam means unbreakable. Adahyoyam, cannot be burnt. Akledyo, it cannot be soluble. Ashoshoyam, it cannot be dried up. So that's why, hey Arjun, Nitya Sarva Gatastanur. This word is very important in the purport. Prabhupada explains. Nitya Sarva Gatastanur. The Atma is situated for all the time. Achaloyam Sanatanaha, eternally existing. The soul is eternally existing. Yes. These are all the qualities of the soul, the nature of the soul. People, by committing suicide, they think that I am going to end my existence. No. We are continuing, we will continue existing. We are Sanatana, we are eternal. Just by committing suicide, hanging to the fan, or going under the railway track, or taking some poison, body is going to get finished, body is going to get deceased, body is going to get break down. But Atma is not going to get down. Atma is going to be forever. Yes. So Sarva Gata means the Atma is there everywhere. In every place the Atma is there. The nature of soul. See, we are not the body, we are spirit soul. We have discussed that. We are not this body, we are spirit soul. Body is temporary, body gets diseased, body gets breakdown. But Atma is eternal. But what is a more deeper understanding? What is the soul? Okay, soul, whose property it is? It is a property of the Krishna. We are Amsha, eternal, fragmental part and parcels of Krishna. We are part and parcels of Krishna. We are Amsha of the Krishna. Now somebody may say, Amsha? Okay, I have a big chapati, chapati, we make chapatis, right? Generally when we make chapatis or puris, we make powder. We take powder, we give some water or ghee, some oil to it, and we make paste. So when we want to make individual chapatis, yes, when we want to make individual puris, then we take a piece out of it. Then we take piece out of it, on a part of it, and we roll it down, make a chapati and pan it. We keep on a pan or keep on oil. Yes, this is how we make, right, chapatis. We make bulk paste, and from that paste we take parts. Similarly for doshas, we make a big paste and we take one spoon of the paste and we keep it in the pan. That's how small doshas will come up. But this is not the understanding of the Amsha, part and parcels, no. Some foolish people, they say, oh, there is a Parabrahman, Krishna, Parabrahman. From that Parabrahman, we became some parts. No. That is the first line, right? Achedyoyam. Soul cannot be cut into pieces. Soul cannot be breakable. It cannot be breakable. It is unbreakable. Nainam chindanti shastrani. We cannot cut into pieces this soul. So there is a supreme soul, super soul, eternally existing. Similarly, the part and parcels of Krishna, Amshas of the Krishna, are also eternally existing. Understand this point. Never misunderstand with the chapati paste and small chapati paste. No. It cannot be like that. So in the material world, there is a calculation, 1 minus 1 equal to 0. But in spiritual calculation, it cannot be like that. 1 minus 1 equal to 1. It remains complete only. So when we say we are Amsha of the Supreme Lord, When we say we are the part and parcels of Krishna, doesn't mean that, oh, one point of time in the history we became part. We got cut into from Param Brahman, we got cut into parts. No, that is false. Prabhupada explains in the purport. These are the Mayavadis who explain like that. No, it's not true. The soul is unbreakable. It cannot be cut into pieces. Our material calculation cannot understand this spiritual subject matters that much easily. Because everything we keep in our limited understanding. Oh, Amsha, part and parcel of means we got cut into pieces. No, it cannot be like that. Soul cannot be cut into pieces. We are eternally existing as a part and parcels of Krishna. We are eternally existing as a spirit soul. Krishna is also, Paramatma is also eternally existing. Understand this. So, the nature of the soul, we are Amsha of the Lord. But there is no time in the past that we got separated from Krishna. No. No. We never got into broken into pieces. No. We are eternally existing as a part and parcels of Krishna. Try to understand this. There was no point in the history that we got broken. So, Krishna is complete and we are also complete. Krishna is completely, perfectly complete. We are complete, but we are minutely complete. We are minutely complete. Just like Prabhupada gives this example. When a wife and husband, when they get married, one point of time they produce children. So father got a son. Means parents, they got a son. So just because they became parents, he became father, it doesn't mean that half of his body is got finished because he got a son. So the man can produce any number of children. Man can produce any number of children. But that doesn't mean that the father became incomplete. He is also complete. Father is also complete. The sons, the children who are coming out, they are also complete. This is Prabhupada gives this example. So Upanishads, there is one shloka which says, Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Banusri, display this shloka from Veda base. Go to Veda base. Hare Krishna, Banusri, display this shloka. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Go to library. Go to library. Come down. There is one book, Upanishad, Ishopanishad. There is a book called Ishopanishad. Yeah. Invocation. Click on the invocation. This is a very interesting shloka which says, we are never parted. We are never cut into pieces. So by heart this shloka, very important shloka. Om Purnamada. So Krishna is complete whole. Om Purnamada. Om Purnamidam. So Krishna is complete. Krishna's creation is also complete. This material world is complete creation. And we, the spirit soul, is also complete. Purnat Purnamudachyate. No matter how many jivas comes out of the Supreme Lord, still Krishna never becomes incomplete. At the same time, we also never become incomplete. We are also complete. Krishna is also complete. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Udachyate means produced. When a father produces children, father also remains complete. Son also remains complete. Purnasya Purnamadhaya. Even if you add this unlimited individual part and parcels of Krishna into Krishna, still this individuality exists. That Supreme Lord individuality also exists. He is also complete. He is also complete. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Yes, completeness remains same. And in the nature of soul, we should discuss one more important statement, one more important point. Okay, we are part and parcels of Krishna, eternally existing part and parcels of Krishna. But what is our relationship? What is our relationship with Krishna? The relationship is Jivera Nityera Krishnera Nityadas. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. The soul, eternally existing part and parcel of Krishna, and it is a servant of Krishna. We are servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. We are eternally servant of Krishna. This is the nature of the spirit soul. We are servant of Krishna. Forgetting this fact, unfortunately, forgetting this fact that we are servant of Krishna, we are serving people in this world. Some people are serving parents, some people are serving husband, wife, nation, company, boss, etc., etc. But our nature of the spirit soul is serving Krishna, loving and serving Sri Krishna. That is Sanatana Dharma. When we love and serve Sri Krishna on the spiritual platform, that is Sanatana Dharma, eternal religious principles of spirit soul. That is the real nature of the spirit soul. This is the nature of the soul. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions, comments? We discussed how soul is eternal. Not only eternal, fragmental part and parcels of Krishna, Amsha of the Krishna. That doesn't mean that we are incomplete, Krishna is incomplete. No, he is also complete, we are also complete. And also we discussed nature of soul is servant. The loving and serving, loving servant of Krishna. That is the nature of the spirit soul. Hare Krishna. Thank you, devotees, for joining. If anybody has any questions, comments, we can take. I'm happy to see some new devotees joining after a long time. Gokul Prabhu, nice. Please be regular. Purna.
Prabhu, one question.
Yes, Gokul.
When
Hare
it comes
Krishna.
to the soul, so how does the karmic activities get balanced for that soul?
Can you repeat your question once again?
How does the karmic activities get balanced to that soul if Krishna is present within us?
Okay. Okay. What do you mean? What do you mean when you say karmic reactions, karmic actions gets balanced? What it means?
No, it's like then how does the karmic activities work when we completely surrender to Krishna?
Okay. Okay. So the soul is cannot be burnt. Soul cannot be burnt, but the body can be burnt. At the same time, the karma bandhana which we got through because of this body, that also can be burnt. Just like at the time of death, or the, when we die, our body gets burnt, or it is soluble. Our body gets mixed with the water, mixed with the fire, so that existence gets lost. So when we perform loving service to Krishna, we come to spiritual platform. We get purified of all our contaminations. Just like when we take bath, all our dirt on the body gets cleansed. Similarly, when we come to spiritual platform and serve Krishna, when we situate ourselves as a spiritual servant of Krishna, then all the contamination gets cleared off. It gets cleared off. All the karmic reactions gets cleared off. Then we don't need body. We don't need this body, which is a bondage. We can eternally serving Krishna. We can be blissful, happy all the time on spiritual platform. So that's how it gets purified. Practical basis, we have experience when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra on regular basis. Our heart gets cleansed. Our heart gets cleansed. Initially, we were eating meat like anything. We were speaking bad words. We had a very bad script. But when we started chanting Hare Krishna, when we started chanting, when we started hearing Bhagavad Gita, we had experience. Every one of us, we had experience. We are getting purified. all these bad thoughts, bad habits are getting go away. They are going away. So that's how we slowly we grow in spiritual life. All our contamination, bad thoughts, bad habits gets cleansed away.
Okay, Prabhu.
Is it
Thank you
clear?
very much.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu, I'm clear. Like,
Thank you. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Cheto darpanamarjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam. Cheto darpanamarjanam. When we chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, our heart gets cleansed. Our spirit soul gets purified. Our existence itself gets purified. That's why we recommend every one of us to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, serve and love Krishna.
even we learned how to come out of our past. We learned how to control our anger.
Yes. Thank you, Gokul Prabhu. We can take one more question. Anybody has any other question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
I'm saying one statement you say, is that correct or not? Krishna is complete whole. From him we got produced. Fragmental spirit souls got produced. Is this correct statement to say, Prabhuji?
Yes, we are eternally part and parcels of Krishna. There was no time in the past that we got produced from the Supreme Lord. We are always subsistent. Because we have this, Prabhupada writes in the previous purport, because we had this thought that, okay, body is getting produced. Similarly, soul also must be getting produced. The fact is, no. Only body gets produced. Body has a date of birth, but soul doesn't have a date of birth. It is eternally existing. There is no point of producing. We are eternally existing as a part and parcels of Krishna. Are you clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Then why we have come here, Prabhuji?
Okay, that is another question. Because we desired, individually we have a desire, we desired to enjoy separately from Krishna. That's why Krishna made a proper arrangement so that we can try to enjoy ourselves separately, individually, apart from Krishna. We wanted to enjoy separately. Now we have a choice. Still we have that individuality to desire. So now we can desire to serve with Krishna, unite with Krishna back, engage in the service of Krishna. It's all our life depends on our desire. How we desire, what we desire. Okay? Hare Krishna. Okay, devotees, thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jagat